Welcome to the HSEL Overwatch game. Today, the Case Legends HSEL team is playing against Stewart's Creek. Your starting lineup, and most likely the lineup for the whole game, is going to be Bryce on tank. His username is Osmodius. Pulling down from the WIHSEA Overwatch team, we have Michael, username Milk. Leo, who is also on the WISA team, but is also on the HSEL team every week, is Leo, username LW Smith 8. For support, we have Deacon, username Dire Raven, and Jose, username Jose Dragon 25. Here is the merch store. I'm going to put the merch link in the chat. And wow, they are finishing setting up this lobby. I'm gonna read the control rules, which is the rules for the first type of map that is gonna be played. We're gonna be playing control on Busan, which is the map pictured on the right side. So control is both teams attempt to capture the same objective point, similar to King of the Hill. They must reach 100% to win, but they constantly swap control and push each other into overtime. It'll make a lot more sense once we go into the map. There is going to be a square. It is the capture point. As long as the whole team is on that point, they can capture it. If anybody from the enemy team is on that point, they do not get to recapture it. Looks like we are finishing up setting up the lobby. So the way spectating for this league works is that I am only allowed to spectate the case students' perspectives. So if there's anybody in particular that you feel like I'm not watching enough or you want me to watch more, please throw that in the chat. I cannot go into a full map perspective. Case is going to be starting out on a dive comp We've got Bryce Osmodeus on Winston, LW Smith Leo on Tracer, Jose Dragon 25 on Mercy, Michael or Milk on Genji, and Deacon Dire Raven on Moira. We're gonna start off with Bryce. They're pushing this main thing where the lock is going to be where the control point is. If you look at the center, Case is going to be the blue team. Once that percentage where the 0 is now reaches 100, that means they've completed the point. And Bryce goes down right away. LW Smith gets taken out. Case has to retreat here off of point. They have lost one support, and it's just a DPS and a support left. And that is going to be a full team reset from Case. They did get res out of SCHS. Case is going to be switching to more of a brawl comp here. We got rid of the Winston and swapped to a Junker Queen, along with getting rid of the Tracer and going Mei. They got an early pick off on the tank, the Ramatra, and a pick on the other Hanzo. Their Mercy did gain res back and used it. That is a pick on our Mei, but they also got the Bastion. We are using res now. Their Ana used nade, so they do have a huge advantage support-wise. They just took out one of their supports. It should be a pretty clear takeover of point for Case. The other team did get 50% on point. As far as ultimates go, I believe Case has the ultimate advantage. There's the ultimate coming out from our Junker Queen right there. The other team did use their res and took a pick on our tank, but we are getting the res off. One of our other supports goes down. Dragons is coming out from Case. Get a pick on the Mercy and a pick on the Bastion. We get a pick on their tank and their Hanzo. 3 down. It's going to be a full reset for Stewart's Creek. Case is going to take over the point. We are currently at 42%. The other team is at 55. We should be taking advantage of that vision arrow, but it does not look like we're using it in this instance. That is a Bastion ult from the other team. We're almost up to rally. You might see a rally come out in that point. That is a Ramatra ult right there. We're Valking. The Ramatra ult gets a pick. Their Hanzo gets a pick. We are down 2. They're down 1. We only have 2 left on point. We're pulling Dragons out. Gets 2. Gets the pick on the Hanzo though. Case is going to have to do a full reset but push it up to 77%. Our Mercy is just sitting there hoping to get out. We do have rally. About 60% built up to another Junker Queen ult. We do have a Blizzard though. Here is a rally coming out from Case. Dragons from Stewart's Creek. Gets a pick on one of our supports. Blizzard's coming out from Case though. Gets 4. And that's going to be Case taking the point again. It is currently 77 to 97 on the control point. I did forget to mention that control is a best of 3 points. As long as we use our ultis very cautiously and making sure we're getting the value out of them that we should be able to hold this point. Because we do have the Junker Queen ult. That is a nano from the other team. That is our Junker Queen ult coming out. We get 2 picks. Mercy's going for the res. Mercy gets the res off. We do have 3 picks, so it's technically a 5v3. Get another pick and we secure the point. If you have any questions about how these Overwatch rounds are working, or any of the characters in particular, you can throw those in chat. I'll probably get to them in between rounds. There's just a lot going on at all times. We are going another brawl comp. We have LW Smith on the Symmetra, Osmodius on Rhine, Jose on Mercy, Milk on Sombra, and Dire Raven on Brig again. We're gonna start with Sombra perspective. That's an early pick on their support. That is a huge pick. They do not have any res for that. That is the only character in the game that can res, so getting her out is a big early start. They also got their tank out. They got a pick on our tank, but it is still a 4v5, or was it 5? 4v3. But it looks like Case cleared the whole team out, getting first bit on point. We'll watch a little bit of Dire Raven's Brig here. Get an early pick on the Bastion for this team fight. They switched off of a reset to Roadhog. There comes the res. We get a pick on one of their supports. So it is just the Bastion and 1 support. Looks like we got both of them. So it's going to be a full reset for Stewart's Creek here. We do have an EMP. Assuming it's gonna come out soon. We do have Valk too. That is a Shatter from our Rhine. Got 1 pick on the Bastion, another pick on the Orisa. Dragons come out from Stewart's Creek, get 2. So we are currently down a support and a DPS. Stewart's Creek gets their res off. We do have Simwall and EMP still. They are... Stewart's Creek's just missing their tank. Looks like they switched to a Ramatra. We get a pick on their Bastion. Another pick on the Lucio. Unfortunately, our Sombra gets taken out. We are still ahead in the picks battle. Both teams got a res out. There's EMP coming from Case. Bastion ult from Stewart's Creek. And the first round goes to Case. So now we are going to going into hybrid. They are currently choosing maps, so I can't tell you which map they're on yet. Stewart's Creek gets to pick the map and Case gets to choose attack or defense. So the way hybrid works is attackers are going to attempt to capture the first point and escort a payload to the end of the map. Defenders try to stop the attackers from capturing the point and or stopping the payload movement. Players swap sides after the round and whoever gets the furthest wins. So it's going to start out with a control point just like the last round, but there's no percentage. It's just once it goes up after their like ticks, it'll make sense when you see it. There's like 3 ticks, and once they have captured all 3 ticks on that point, then they have captured the point and they get a payload. It's just a little cart that travels around the map, and as long as they're touching that cart, they get to move it around the map. If anybody from the opposing team is touching either the point or the cart, neither of them are gaining either the percent that they need or the movement that they need. We are currently waiting on a member of the other team. And they have not decided a map yet. So the maps pictured on screen are going to be the ones for the WIHSEA and not the options for HSEL, unless these are old options for HSEL. It might be that. But they're going to be playing on Hollywood, which is not pictured. And then we just have to figure out who is attacking and defending. Pretty sure Case is gonna defend first. Yeah, we're gonna be defending first. We're just waiting on a ready confirmation from the other team. Okay, we're gonna be jumping into the round shortly. Looks like we are going to be running a poke comp. We've got Dire Raven on Moira, Milk on Hanzo, Jose, Dragon on Mercy, Osmodius on Sigma, and LW Smith on May.
Let's show them what a team of scientists can do.
So that ground, where that blue highlighted box is, that's the capture point. As soon as that is captured, then you move on to the payload part of the map. At top middle of the screen, there's a spot with an A. Once those three little parts around it are filled, that means they've captured the point. We get an early pick off on their Zen. That is a huge stall. It might even cause a full team reset. You can't push too far without one of your supports. That is the other support gone. They have no healing on their team. They're going to have to push back and wait for those two to respawn. There's a huge early start. The other team is running a Hanzo, but the other team is running a Sombra, but our Hanzo picks it off. They are trying to push to top room, but are unsuccessful. They're running a brawl comp into our poke comp. So as long as we're keeping distance, it's going to be really easy for us to keep them off. There's a pick on their Sojourn from us. They're down a support. Now they have to wait and reset, but we are also down a support. We get the res off. We're a full team. They're just missing a couple. Dragons come out from case, get a pick on 2. Another pick from our Hanzo. Res is used from Stewart's Creek. We have almost built up our Valk. That is a pick on one of our DPS. As soon as we built Valk, we are using it. Res comes out from a case. We have a full team up. Should be a 5v5 right now. Took out one of their DPS, so it's 5v4. There's another one gone. They're missing a support. They're missing both supports. They're forced to retreat. The Bastion is running up the stairs. We are almost up to Blizzard, essentially all the way up to Blizzard. So we do have Blizzard. We're almost up to another Dragons, almost up to Cole. Take out their Bastion. It's a DPS gone. They use their res on the Bastion. Bit of a super close to spawn res. It's a little bit interesting. They used Valk.
I see an enemy.
We do have Blizzard, and we have built all the way up to Dragons. That is a Trans and the Junker Queen alt coming from Stewart's Creek. They got rolled off, so did not give them much use. Dragons came out from Case, didn't get any picks, but the Hanzo got 3 picks. Blizzard came out and got, I believe it was 3 of them, but that was a full team wipe from Case.
30 seconds remaining.
We do have Valk, and we just built up Cole. Dragons coming out from Stewart's Creek. They switched to a Lucio to hope to get a touch, but we got a pick on their Lucio right away. They're down a support. We just popped Cole. Cole got a pick on the Hanzo. Their other support's gone. Their last hope for touch is the Bastion, but they cannot get it, so they have had no progress on the point. That is round 1. Now we're going to be switching, so Case is attacking.
Switching sides. Humanity is shackled. I will find the key.
Everyone ready?
We're running a brawl comp with a Lucio. The Lucio's gonna give us a big speed amp out of spawn. What they're trying to do is just go in and just team wipe right away. As soon as they get that first tick, they've already won the round. They do not need to push the payload. So we are running Dire Raven on Lucio, Milk on Sombra, Jose on Moira, Osmodeus on Reinhardt, and LW Smith on May. We're gonna watch Osmodeus here just because he's gonna be frontlining most of this, and the main person that's gonna team wipe. The other team is running sort of a dive comp. They're hoping to just jump onto one person. That is a pick on our tank right away, but we also took out their tank. They do have a Mercy, so it looks like we're just gonna have to reset. Yeah, it's gonna be a full reset for Case. But our Sambo ran around the back and backcapped the point, and they did not turn. So we did win the round. And play of the game goes to Case's Milk on Hanzo. We are now going to be going on to the 3rd round. Let me just change the score really quick. Fourth round is going to be Escort. And it's essentially the second half of Hybrid that we did not get to see. Escort is going to be attackers attempting to move a payload to different positions throughout the map. Defenders are going to try to stop the attackers from moving the payload to the points. Players swap sides, and whoever moves the payload furthest wins. We are going to be doing a player swap for Case. Let me pull up the roster. We still have Jose, we still have Bryce, still have Leo, we still have Michael, but we have swapped Deacon out and put Madison in. So now Dire Raven is sat out and is in. Yeah, so we are now going on to Escort. It is essentially just a payload that you push across the map. There is a player touch rule, so as long as Nobody on the enemy team is on the cart. The cart is moving forward in the direction you want it to. 3 players on moves the cart the fastest, but you don't have to have all 3 players on. As soon as one person from the enemy team touches, it stops moving. And if all players on the attacking side are dead, then the cart starts to move backwards. Each checkpoint gives them more time to move the cart before it runs into overtime. I'll explain overtime if it happens. They are still currently picking maps. So if we do win this one, we've technically won the whole thing, but I believe they play... No, they don't play the 4th round. So if we win this, then we win the whole game. Because it does not matter for, like, playoffs or anything. And it looks like we're going to be playing on Circuit Royale, which is the bottom left map on the escort rules. Looks like Casey's gonna be defending first. Alright, so you've got LW Smith 8 on Genji, Asmodeus on Doomfist, Jose on Mercy, Milk on Widow, and yeah on Ana.
Draw them into my web.
Helping those in need is its own reward. Point seven.
Over there.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. I have stopped the pending.
That is an early pick from our Widow on the Hanzo. Another pick on the Zen. So now we are up 5-3 in player lives. We're gonna spectate a little bit of Asmodeus just because he's mostly frontlining. Our Widow gets taken out. So does our tank. Looks like we might have to reset here.
Honor is all I have left.
It is just our supports that live that fight. So we have to back out and reset.
Taking care of you.
We get a pick on one of their supports. Both of their supports are gone. So now it should just be a clean up of the fight. We do already have Surge built. The other team used their Widow ult. We do have Surge, Valk, Dragons, and Nano. The other team probably has similar amount of ultimates too. There is a Bastion ulti from Stewart's Creek. You might see a Nano Surge here. There's Dragons from Case. Gets one. They're down a tank and down a support. And that is almost a complete team wipe from Case. Looks like one of them got away. We have a request for Milk perspective. I will switch back to him once he comes back up. That's Blizzard from Case, Kitsune from Stewart's Creek. It's a 3-kill Surge from Osmodeus. I believe it was a Nano Surge. I did not see who the Nano went to.
I'm in Asia.
Dragon stirs within me.
30 seconds remaining.
We are the closest to building dragons at 42%. There is Bap. Maybe that wasn't a Bap ult. But their tank goes down. They are down support. That might have been the Bap ult, but it got canceled out. And there's 4 seconds remaining. They definitely do not have a touch. That's the dragons from Case. So we just have to push the payload farther than they push it.
0-0. Switching sides.
Strike from above.
So we're gonna have LW Smith on Pharah, Osmodeus on Ball. Jose on Mercy, Milk on Junkrat, and yeah on Brig. We'll start off on the Milk Junkrat POV. They just have to push the cart 87 meters and then they win. The other team's gonna try to set up really far just to stop the push. The immortality field already comes out from the other team. They get a pick on our ball, but we also get a pick on their Widow. It's a pick on one of their supports. They're down their tank. They just have 3 left. They use their immortality field again. We are already 40 meters in. Just another 50 to go. They already are down one of their supports. One of the DPS are down. They switched off of Orisa to a Doom to help counter the ball for movement. The Doom goes down. That area on the ground there is how far the payload has to go for us to win. And that's the round. And a play of the game from our May Leo. It was paired with the Nano and the Surge. That was a huge ult. And that is it for the game. So it was a 3-0 victory for Case against Stewart's Creek. Really quickly, I'm gonna go through the schedules for next week. On Monday, we have the WIHSEA Overwatch team. It is the State League Overwatch team. They're going to be playing against Bruce. Just give me 1 second. I gotta leave that lobby. So yeah, so at Monday, 6 p.m., the WIHSEA Overwatch team is going against Bruce. On Tuesday at 4 p.m., the Varsity Rocket League team is going to be in their first round of playoffs. I do not think the schedule is out for that and the playoffs bracket is out for that yet. But if you are interested in any of the WIHSEA games, including the Fortnite team and their placements in their divisions, you can check that out on wihsea.org. Just click on titles, and then you should be able to choose the winter season and see all of those come up. The Fortnite team is going to be having a game Wednesday at 4:15. Gold team streamed here. The green and white team streamed on student Twitch accounts that you can find on the Twitter and Instagram, Case HS Legends. I believe it is just a reschedule from week 7, or might have been week 8 reschedule. And then their state competition is going to be on the 15th. That could be wrong. I think it's the 15th is their state. But they're going to be having a game on Wednesday no matter what. And then this team, the HSEL Overwatch team, is going to be playing their week 5 game next week Thursday at 6 p.m. They find out their opponents at match time. Then lastly, there is not a schedule for it yet, but we do have the National League Minecraft team. Those are going to be streamed on student Twitch accounts as well, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. If you want to watch those streams, the links to the Twitch channels are set out on the Instagram and Twitter, KSHS Legends again. But besides for that, I'm going to throw the merch link in the chat one more time. Thank you for coming out to the stream. And make sure you catch the next stream Monday at 6 p.m. for WIHSEA Overwatch.